permission from you. Hi everyone, a very warm welcome to another amazing info session at Careerswitkriti. We're live in action with Ashoka University, talking about the programs, admissions, and so many queries that that parents and students have. Uh, for the benefit of the students and parents, we've kept this program to be very interactive. So I will request all students and parents who have joined in today to come forward and ask as many questions as you want to. Hina has been kind enough to say that she wants to first hear your questions, address your queries, and then in the latter part, take you through a quick presentation about the admission process. This is done specially so that we can hear you out and see if you have anything that you're grappling with. Hina is here with us. Hina, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I would request everybody to keep themselves on mute. Whoever wants to question, they can just unmute one at a time and then put forward their questions. So Hina, as we discussed, we'll talk about a quick introduction on Ashoka, but I'm sure that students will join. All are here on applying to Ashoka, and that's why they've joined today on a Monday evening. But Ashoka University is one of the pioneer and leading liberal arts education university in India. It's doing fab job in liberal education in India. And for the benefit of the audience who are attending this and maybe watching this video, I want to clarify that liberal arts does not mean education in humanities. Liberal arts is a concept of education where you have the liberty to choose your majors and minors from different disciplines. It's not necessary to box yourself in only humanities or commerce or sciences, but go all out, imbibe education, learn from various disciplines, and amalgamate the knowledge to the best usage. And this is what industry globally is asking for today. Because if you see any product today, any service cannot be just designed, developed, or promoted in a silo of only commerce, only science, or only humanities. All functions will collaborate, come together, and then put it to market. And hence, liberal education is the new age. The new education policy also talks about the same. And we're so glad to have Hina with us. So without any further wastage of time, I would let the floor be with the students and Hina. I would like to just moderate to see who comes in. And students, I would again request, please pour in as many questions as you have. Of course, you have me to go back to, but right now you have this access given because of our relationship with Ashoka University, and Hina has been a dear friend for many years. So take the maximum of the opportunities and shoot your questions, and she's there to answer them. So please unmute yourself one at a time. We'll go in sequential and then we'll take questions. Hina, if you want to say anything before they start.
No, Kriti, thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone. And good evening. And like Kriti said, thank you so much for joining at, at 8 p.m. on a Monday evening tab. So thank you for taking out time. And please feel free to ask any questions. With the liberal education format, of course, there are no right and wrong questions. If there is a doubt in your mind, please feel free to, check, ask or anything. And accordingly, of course, I'll just run everyone through a presentation so that you understand the sections for the application format, Ashoka. And we could just support you to fill your Ashoka application.
Perfect. So anybody who wants to ask any question, you can unmute yourself.
As you were talking about at the start about which round is preferable to apply in, so can you please elaborate more on that?
Yeah. So Vihan, of course, I will take once I put up the presentation, I will take you through the timelines of the round again. here, of course, for us, no round is different from each other. The rounds have specially been designed, put it in this way for the ease of each, and every one of you. You may prefer to apply with your predicted grades in round 1 and get the early decisions by January. Some may still prefer to wait for their board results and apply in round 4. So for us at Ashoka, of course, every application is for its own merit. We do not have any quota or any preference for any of the rounds.
So, is the focus on the predicted scores the same as the one as this? It has the same focus as the actual board scores one.
So see, we need some scores from you, right? While of course Ashoka aptitude assessment is mandatory, we also need to see the scores that you are predicting that, this is the number that you will score. In case you receive a conditional offer from Ashoka, then in your board results, you have to meet or supersede the scores. That's also one of the reasons that we take the predicted scores from you.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Rehan. That was a great question. Anybody else who wants to ask a question?
Or otherwise, I could just quickly take everyone through, Kriti, and then maybe they can ask questions.
Absolutely. We'll just wait. No question is a foolish question. Don't feel that anybody is judging you on a question being asked, because you all put across a lot of questions to me. So take the max of this opportunity to ask questions. Otherwise, obviously, Hina will take you through the presentation.
Then, Kriti, you could make me the co-host so that I could share the. Yeah.
Done. You'll be able to share the screen now.
Yes, so I will just take you through Ashoka, of course. We'll just go and understand what Ashoka University is, and of course, one slide would also specifically tell you about the majors and minors that we offer at Ashoka. Yeah. So, of course, like Kriti was we're talking about, so liberal education is, of course, a pedagogy format, right? You don't get a degree in liberal education. You would still get a degree at Ashoka for either a BA honors or a BSc honors with research, of course. And, what it really comes together is your natural sciences, social sciences, and humanities all coming together. While, of course, what at Ashoka we are really trying to do is diverse group of students coming in, from all 29 states of India, 16 different countries, completely residential campus, because we feel that the pure learning is a bigger aspect of your life than, just studying in your class. And then, of course, as liberal education really continues to focus is on the skills, the 21st century skills that we keep talking about, the critical thinking, problem solving, and other skills as well. So even a discipline like English would require you to critically think, and write your papers on. We are beyond the rote learning system. Yes. And then, of course, one thing that I really want to specifically talk about is explore before you choose. So you don't get admitted to at Ashoka, you don't get admitted to any particular major. You get admitted to the Ashoka's undergraduate program. Then you have choice till the end of third semester to actually declare your major. That is how you make an informed choice in your life, right? So today you may be interested in 2 to 3 disciplines. Please come at Ashoka, try out, understand those courses, study those courses, and then make an informed choice in your life. Yeah, so you have 1.5 years to actually declare, your major. Of course, learning from the best, Ashoka has.
Can I ask a question again for the benefit of the audience?
Yeah.
Again, the application form asks students to fill in 3 preferred majors at the time of filling the application form. Now, most students would say that, what should be the criteria of filling in. Sometimes they know what majors they want to. Sometimes and mostly I would say that most kids would know one major that they want to, apply. But the form is asking them to fill 3. Sometimes they feel, kind of overwhelmed, saying that will we be interviewed on these? So, what is the thought process of putting in three majors there, especially because three preferences there, because they have the flexibility to choose majors at the end of first year.
Yeah. So, Kriti, they've just been there as suggestive majors, right? So we also need to understand what are you really looking at. That, it is not definite. While of course you may maybe filling in economics and finance and mathematics, but you end up at the end of third semester declaring that psychology is what I really want to take. So for us at the beginning, these are also suggestive majors. We want to see what have you done, what maybe right now at this stage of your life, what are you really wanting, what are you thinking ahead for. So that's the only reason that they've been drawn, or otherwise of course you have completely all choices to really, do not take any of the majors and a completely new major as well. So that's how they have been designed. Right. So, of course, beyond the rote learning system, this is an actual class. Of course, winters is where the class starts to happen here. So we follow and we work exactly, like any new age university, right? I'll just give you, we'll talk about the financial aid at Ashoka, right? And then, of course, the process that we will discuss in detail today, that how it is a holistic process beyond your grades. And then of course the student body that I was talking about. Yeah, just some of the features that I was I will take you through. And ultimately the aim of Ashoka's education is to really create a transformative leader out of you, and that's the partnership that we are looking at. So starting from your application till your 4 years of education at Ashoka, that's what the purpose is at Ashoka for you. So in the interest of time, we'll just skip this. So this is what the 4-year program at Ashoka now looks like. With NEP being implemented, we are a 4 years honors plus research program. What you do is the foundation courses, major, minors, co-curricular, and a bigger element of research is part of your degree. So these are the 9 foundation courses, right? Again, following the liberal aspect, we feel that you should know and have knowledge of various disciplines across the horizon. So these 9 foundation courses have to be done by all the students in a span of 2 years. Now, these courses also help you to understand the other disciplines, right? So while of course you may intend to come and do economics, but while you study mind and behavior, suddenly you feel have a special maybe inclination towards psychology as well. So now that in your second semester, then maybe you could take 2 courses in psychology and 2 courses in economics to understand what this discipline really entails. So that's what it is. This education system has been designed in this way. Now the degrees at Ashoka can either be in any pure major or any interdisciplinary major. Yeah, I'm stressing on the word or. Either a pure major or an interdisciplinary major. Again, all degrees will either be a BSc honors or BA honors with research. Again, an important thing, all the disciplines marked with asterisks, for that, you need to have mathematics at +2 level. Yeah. So computer science, economics, mathematics, physics need mathematics, while you may not need a computer science in your class 12, or you may not even need economics in your class 12. But in case you have mathematics, and everything is open for you at Ashoka. Yes, any of the pure major can also be taken as a minor. Now, these are the minors. These are optional. Yeah, but of course, it's always good to have minors for your extra knowledge, to understand other disciplines as well. And 2 co-curriculars are mandatory part of your degree. These are just here for reference. There are more than 200 co-curriculars at Ashoka. Yeah. Samriddhi will just finish the undergraduate program, and then maybe you can ask the question. So what do you actually do in your 4th year is now you can make your major into an advanced major. Or even more interesting fact is you can convert your minor into an equivalent major. According to the UGC guidelines, we will continue to call it as an equivalent major. Yes, but across the world, it is treated as a double major degree. You could also do your research and thesis, become a teaching assistant. Yeah, whatever you would want to, pursue, you can in your 4th year. So then your degrees is honors plus research. Now with NEP being implemented, you can even exit after 3 years. Then your degree will either be a BA or BSc honors only. And of course, after 3 years, you get placement from Ashoka. Everything happens the same way. It's just that the research element is not there. Also, it makes wise enough for people who are looking at US to do their masters. This will also serve as a 16th year of your education. Of course, like Kriti was also mentioning, liberal education is not just about humanities, or social sciences, but equally about science as well. So this is what the science majors at Ashoka is. And of course, computer science, right? We've seen around 40% of our students have taken computer science either as a major or as their minor. Yeah? So that is how the sciences are also actually growing at Ashoka. Yeah. So coming to this aspect about holistic admission, Samriddhi, you had a question on that part.
Yeah, so when you were talking about mathematics being required in few of the courses, is there any particular level of mathematics do you need in your 11th and 12th grade?
No.
Hina, Samriddhi is
are you-
doing IB curriculum, and that's why she's
We are
asking
fine
you
with
about
HL and
HL and
SL.
SL.
Yeah, we are
And
fine with both.
like AI and AA, both, like it doesn't matter.
Come again.
So we have like different levels of math, HL and SL, and we also have AI and AA. So does that also matter, or you just
Yes.
require math?
Yeah, we require mathematics.
Oh, okay. So no specified
Yeah.
level.
No. Also, the
Oh.
IB board policies is also separately given on the website. In case you want to just read through that document, you can go under the tab undergraduate admission and just scroll down and you'll read the IB policies as well.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. So at Ashoka, of course, holistic admission means that, we are not just looking at your marks. We feel that's just one aspect of your life, and there could be several reasons why you scored well or you could not score well in either your 10th, 11th, or maybe the coming 12th as well. Yeah. So hence, for us, what is really important is the life that you've lived on this earth for those 17, 18 years. Because that's where the uniqueness of your journey, the unique you, the golden story that you have written, that is what we are really, happy with. So of course, Ashoka's process is completely online. There is no cost to apply to Ashoka. The stage 1 is where you give us your academic scores of 10th, 11th, 12th, right? And of course, SAT and ACT is not mandatory, but in case you have taken, you could give us the SAT score. But even if you give a SAT score, the Ashoka aptitude assessment is still mandatory. And then, of course, there are essays, letter of recommendation, and non-academic engagement that we will discuss further section by section. Then your application is only complete when you take the AAA and the on-the-spot essay. Yeah. Once you submit this, we will review at our end. In case you're shortlisted, you will have an interview. In case shortlisted, we will release an offer. In case you receive a confirmed offer in round 1, then for us, you just need to pass your board exams. We are not concerned with the percentage because we've already released a confirmed offer. Now, in case you receive a conditional offers and the predicted scores that you would have given us, you will have to either match or supersede that scores. Yeah. And then, of course, in case you receive a confirmed offer is where the financial aid also opens up for you. Great. So why are we today really talking about the application process in detail? Because we feel that, of course, there is a movie, right? You are the movie for those 17, 18 years. But in your application, we just want to see the trailer. Yeah? And that is the most important part. Yeah, the trailer should be such that we, intend to call you and, call you for an interview. So that's the reason that we, tell everyone that please engage with your application, right? Writing such an application is, you can still write it in a day. You can still finish it in 2 days. But when you start engaging with your application, that is where the self-discovery also happens. That is where you understand what you are. That is what, and this is how the process as Ashoka has been designed. These are the timelines. We are already, have opened our application since the 11th of October. We are currently in a round 1. All these timelines, you can either take a picture, or these timelines are also mentioned on the website, right? The round 1 ends on the 22nd November. Please see that those who apply in that round will have to take the assessment for the same round. In case you apply in round 1, the assessment you have to take by, on 3rd December. Otherwise, your application will stand incomplete and will be rejected. Then the decision comes out by 24th January, and so are the timelines. Same is for round 2. In case you apply in round 2 by 10th of January, the assessment you have to take by the 21st. You have to take on 21st January. Yeah? So the assessments happen on Sundays only, so you could easily take from your home itself. It's completely online process. These are the components of your application. What we are really looking in section 1 is personal and family details. Please fill the right details, attach the right documents. That is very important. Your academic grades, like I mentioned, from 10th, 11th, and 12th, you will also need to attach mark sheets as well. So please keep your documents ready. In case you've taken a SAT or an ACT score, please feel free to give us. Then is your non-academic engagement, where we are telling you to fill the best 3 that you feel that you've engaged with. Yeah. So while of course today you may like football, but you may just have kicked football once, that is not the activity that you have engaged with. Yeah. We want something that you've really spent a few years on, which you're passionate about, which you've really invested time to do. That is your co-curriculars or extra co-curriculars. With that, we also ask you for your social leadership roles, leadership roles in your school. In case you have been, please free to mention all this in your application as well. Very interesting question that we ask you: what are the 3 books that you have read? And then in your application, you have to talk about 1 book. Now, this book, it is not definite that you need to only study books for the specific discipline that you are about to apply for. Any books, and why has it inspired or left an impression on you? Talk to us about that. Yeah. Why books? Of course, it just gives an idea to us about, your life and what you've been doing this far. Then, of course, there are 2 essays that are mandatory. I'll give you the prompts for them as well. And then, of course, a letter of recommendation. We just accept 1 letter of recommendation, and that can come to us from anyone who's academically associated with you. Yeah, it may not be only your school, but maybe you're studying tuition or guidance or whatever, somebody who's academically associated with you. So please decide whom you want to take the letter of recommendation from. Also here, very important is how carefully you fill the email ID, phone number, and name of the recommender, because once you submit that, the link goes to the recommender. In case you put in wrong information, we will not be able to retrieve that for you. So very important for you to check 10, 20 times, is the email ID correct to whom you are sending. Yeah. And then, of course, in case there is any illness, please feel free to talk to us about that, because it's very important. We need to understand, can we take care of you at Ashoka campus? So even if there's any allergy or any particular thing, please mention that in your application.
Can I ask one thing here,
Yes.
In the letter of recommendations, when you mention it's not essential that the students have to take it only from their school, what are the other ambits that are allowed? So you mentioned tuition teachers. what could be the other scope from which they could be allowed to take? Because it's only one level.
Yes, anybody whom they are academically associated with, maybe a mentor with something, that ways. Yeah. So I'll just quickly finish because the Zoom session.
That's okay.
Okay,
We'll
so,
restart the meeting in case, we have more questions.
Yeah. So this is what the application is. Of course, there are some points that please fill your application by your own self, because the essays that you write in your application, you may feel today that you can get it written by somebody else, but when you give your on the spot essay at that particular time, we do get to know that are these essays written by you or not. Yeah. So please feel free, of course, to only write the essays by your own self. Of course, no duplication, no plagiarism. Very important. Everywhere now, everyone has softwares. So do not give yourself a chance for your application to be, rejected.
And no chat
So,
GPT.
yeah.
And no chat GPT.
Yeah, of course, those answers are quite, you can make out that they have been written by ChatGPT.
Prisha has a question. Take it right now or later?
Yes, Prisha. Yeah.
Prisha, you can ask.
Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ma'am, hi. Ma'am, I just wanted to know that I have been going through the form and I want to add a couple of activities. However, they ask for a duration date from and to. For instance, I want to add in baking since I am really into baking and I've been baking for a couple of years. And I even give it to my friends and family and all. And I really want to add it. But it's an ongoing process. So how do I add it? Because I don't have a
So-
2-day.
Yeah. So what, of course, you could do, Prisha, is maybe a start date and then maybe you could write present or maybe ongoing.
Ma'am, there's no option for that. I have to select a particular date.
So then, of course, you can take the present date and we understand that, of course, you will continue for that. Otherwise, also, if this is a technical error, maybe you could write at ugapply@ashoka.edu.in.
There is, I agree with Prisha. On the form, there is no provision of ongoing or continue till date. So the only best solution, Prisha, that I recommended a student who asked me this question is to put in the current date on the date you are applying. And Hina, if you could just speak to the IT team to get this resolved.
Sure. We will do that. Yeah.
So, okay, ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prisha. Yeah. Also, Prisha, in case you've started your application, there would be a separate counselor working with you. You can also raise the query to them also, and they can also get in touch with the technical team.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Great. So, Ashoka Aptitude Assessment, of course, this is a mandatory assessment and it doesn't require any prior preparation. And what it really includes is problem solving and critical thinking skills. And with that, there is also a 30-minute on-the-spot essay. So, of course, you can check the website for the sample papers, and for the on-the-spot essay prompts, it could be anything across the horizon. So they are not definite, of course, what you get. What we are really looking with this essay is how we are really engaging with the environment around you, right? Where you are currently in your life right now. That's what the statement for the on-the-spot essay is. Yeah. And then, of course, stage 2 is your interview. Yeah. And then, of course, like I said, the decisions. So in case you receive a confirmed offer, you are joining Ashoka. Conditional offer, you will have to meet the predicted scores. And then, of course, there is waitlist, deferred, and denial of admission. Once you do that, you can also then apply for financial aid. Yeah. What's the reason for us to really have such a process? It's again, coming to this point that we want to know the story. We want to know unique you. That is more important, right? There would be so many students nowadays who score 95%. So should we take everyone? Our answer is no. What we really want to see is what were the opportunities that were provided to you and what did you actually do out of them? And that is where we really come to this point where we want to see the context in your life, the context of your application. That's what we are really searching for. Yeah. And that's what we are really looking for in your application as well. So no two students, even for example, like a DPS Kalyanpur, right? We will never team two students together and review their application because each one of you is very different. Even twins are not same. So hence the application will not be same. So these are the personal essays this time. One is a 400 word and one is a 150 word, right? So again, in this essays, what we are really looking at you is when you talk about yourself. So one is talking about a social issue that has really impacted, while of course the second is a conversation that has left a mark on you. So talk to us about that. Please stick to the word limits. Of course, the application will not be submitted in case the word limit is not taken into consideration. Yeah, these are some of the reflection points where we feel that you can start to begin to write your essay and write about your own self. In case you want, you could click, a picture. So if you ask me, I do fill Ashoka application every year for me to understand how have I really grown, in my life. And that's how the essays have also, helped me. Yeah. So quickly, of course, we all know that there is interview at Ashoka. There is more about personal interaction. It is also to really extend your application, that what you have really written. In case you play any musical instrument, please feel free to be there on the call, on the Zoom interview with your musical instrument and play for the panel. So it's not an interview, it's a personal interaction. It's good 80 to 85% is what you have given or what you have really written in your application. That is what we are really asking for. Yeah. Just one point about financial aid that I was talking about. So of course, Ashoka's fees is now 11.7 lakhs per annum, for this year. But please make a note of the, that 48% of the students are on any kind of financial aid. And 143 students are such who received complete fee waiver in 2022. And so is, for 2023 as well. So the entire purpose of Ashoka's education is that the world-class education should be affordable and accessible to everyone. So there are two things that you should not think about before applying to Ashoka. One, what and how many marks have you scored? Please leave that to us. And same, do not worry about the pocket size. In case you receive a confirmed offer from Ashoka, no student has ever been denied admission due to financial constraints. We will take care of it at our end in case you receive a confirmed offer. Yeah. So yes, I will end here quickly. In case you have any question, please feel free to ask. And yeah, and then
And
apply to
just
Ashoka.
a disclaimer, if the meeting ends and we have more questions, we'll join back the same link so that we can continue the conversations in case you have more questions. With this, we can open the floor for questions. Those of you who want to ask anything, please grab the next 5 minutes as your opportunity to ask.
Oh, there is something in the chat.
No, there's nothing.
In which cities is okay? It's directly to me. In which cities Ashoka University? Okay, yeah, very basic. We are based in Sonipat, Haryana. There is an initiative by the Haryana government called the Rajiv Gandhi Education City. That is where Ashoka University is, alongside World University of Design, IIT PhD campus, and Ambedkar College. So yeah, we are based there. In case you're feeling shy to even ask something, maybe you could just write me on the chat. I'll not take names. Please don't worry.
Students, last 1 minute. If you have any questions, please take this as a golden opportunity. Hina will not be available every now and then. She's very busy, very difficult to catch hold of. So use this opportunity.
Hi, Kirti. Good evening. This is Shilpa this side.
Yeah, Shilpa.
So, I would like to ask about the financial aid. How does it work and how What do you see exactly to ma'am about the Ashoka? If you can address this.
Yeah. So, Shilpa, so what we really see is like once you receive a confirmed offer and you
Ina,
apply for
Ina, I'm sorry. I think we'll be just shutting this meeting. Let's restart